All right, now we're ready for our third and final game of the day. Dublin Roller Derby A versus Auld Reekie Roller Girls A. Woo! On the roster for Auld Reekie, we have number 11, Crazy Legs. Number 12, Simply the Beast. Number 15, Danosaurus Rex. Number 1649, Temple of Doom. Number 17, Emka. Number 19, Miss Kolicek. Number 264, Pope John Brawl. Number 39, Yin and Bang. Number 626, Sasha de Bullpisco. Number 7, Jess. Number 77, Charlotte Patterson. Number 85, Skinner Alive. Number 87, Caitlin. Number 9, Mallory Powers. And on the bench, we have Dee Dee and Sid.
Great. And for DRD, we have got 111, KT Rex. 123, Maria Von Slap. 169, Brudol E. Lowcock. That's really hard to say. Number 17 is Dirty Knees, Louise. Number 23 is Bloody Harry. Number 3 is Voldemort. Number 490 is Malibu Stacy. Number 53 is RG Bargy. Number 575 is Pippa. 74 is Stabber. 777, Destroy McClaw. 8 is Chancleta. 800, Thea. 83 is Dashing Trudy Snow. And 95 is Maniha. And bench is Violent Bob and Kitty. Whew, had to say that fast because Derby is about to start.
So I'm Peppy Nefrin, and I'm here with Eunice Scorn. We're going to take you through this game. Teams are just lining up, getting ready to go. On the jam line, we have number 83, Dashing Trudy Snow, and number 77, that's Charlotte Patterson. Seems like the teams are having fun despite the fatigue they must be experiencing after this long day, but you know, they train hard, they're prepared to go.
Yeah, they look excited. I am also really excited. I think this is going to be a really good matchup. I've seen these guys play before, and it was fun, and they both did great. So, yeah, two teams that know each other and always have an exciting game together.
All right, we've just been told that you all have to make fun of the outside pack ref when he returns and give him a big cheer because he's a little bit delayed.
So if you see someone wearing stripy clothes coming through the door, give them a big clap because they're late and we got to wait for them to start. Those doors.
Okay. So if you guys don't know, the last time these two teams met was at Division II playoffs in Pittsburgh.
Ooh, a little bit. Oh, okay. Let me wait till they finish clapping. Oh, a little bit of basic housekeeping. We have one lost jumper. It is grey, and it says Team Scotland on it, and has a name on it, which I've totally forgotten. But, oh, here comes the guy.
All right, here we go. Give him a
Lovely
big
to
cheer.
have
Welcome
you.
back. All right, here we go.
missed
30
you.
seconds. And the jam is on. Dashing Trudy Snow running up the inside. Charlotte Patterson drawing that pack to the inside line. Both jammers trying to get through those. And Snowy picks up lead with a little bit of assistance from number 74, Stabba.
And Patterson is close behind. Now we have
All
both
right,
jammers
Snowy hits
out.
the pack to pick up a couple of points, and she calls it.
And that's 4 points to DRD. That was close, though. ARG were right behind. That was exciting. So next on the jammer line, we have number 23 for Dublin, Bloody Harry. You've got the list.
And then we've got number 626, Sasha de Bullpisco, or Stitches for ARRG. Bloody Harry there contending with a 3-wall, picking up some assistance from Chancletta as Stitches tries to push that front wall. Bloody looked like she was going to make a run for it, but that ARG reform popped in. Bloody Harry picks up lead.
And Arg's Jammer is still in the pack, still on their initial pass.
All right, it looks like she's making her way to the box.
So it's a power jam for DRD.
All right, Bloody Harry contending with that tough Auld Reekie wall. Yeah, every time it looks like she's through, they reform right in front of her.
Yeah, that was some great defensive work by Auld Reekie. And Bloody Harry calls off the jam with 5 points.
So that's 9 points on the board for DRD.
So we're starting with a power jam with Maniha on the jammer line. Power jam for Dublin.
All right, Auld Reekie taking that front line, trying to prevent Dublin from getting a position in front of them to sweep them in. All right, looks like an all that contending for the front line. Manny gets through, backwards, as always.
Footwork.
And Manny bursts through that Auld Reekie wall, picking up 5 points in the process.
It's like a signature move at this point. We could call it the Manny, the backwards amazing thing that she does.
Yeah, the Auld Reekie jammer, that's Sasha de Bulpisco is out. Manny calls the jam.
And that's 9 points on the board for DRD.
All right, so just under 4 minutes into the game, maybe 3.5 minutes into the game. Dublin have 18 points. Auld Reekie yet to put any points on the board, but you know what? We're less than 4 minutes in. Who knows how things can change.
So now we have
number 800 Thea and number 15 Danosaurus Rex. All right, Danosaurus Rex taking the outside. Thea almost brought to the inside, pulls herself back in on one leg.
Danosaurus Rex recycled to the back. Brewdog giving her some great blocking. Yep.
So.
And that's Thea with lead jammer at the front. Lead jammer goes to DRD.
But the Auld Reekie jammer is following behind. Thea's hit the pack, contending with that Auld Reekie wall. Calls it, having put 3 points on the board. Locking things down before the Auld Reekie jammer gets a chance to score any points. All right, lined up against each other again. We have 7-7 Charlotte Patterson against 8-3 Dashing Trudy Snow. Both of these jammers are an absolute pleasure to watch. Oh, we're going to an official timeout.
Yep.
So last time these teams met at the Division 2 playoffs, I believe there were 17 points in the difference, which is really not very much in roller derby terms. Yep. So it's going to be an exciting one to watch. I'm sure Auld Reekie really want to make their mark after Dublin took their spot at the D2 playoffs, progressing from there to place 4th. So Auld Reekie currently, I believe, ranked 53 in WIFTA. Dublin ranked 55, so it's all to play for.
Yeah, both teams have been playing amazingly today. It was also great to see 2x4 and to have them in our city. I love watching international teams play each other and the different styles that you get to see. It's been a really great day of derby. I've had the best time.
Yeah, and it's all going to start up again tomorrow, where we're having international teams play against each other, Scotland, Ireland, and Argentina.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some of these players that are on the track right now tomorrow, playing for their countries in a warm-up for the World Cup next week. Are you going to the World Cup?
Of course I'm going to the World Cup. If I have any voice left after this weekend, I will be using it to scream for all of the DRD players who are representing their countries.
For sure.
We've got players on Team Ireland, Team Argentina, Team Italy, and Team Poland.
Yeah, seriously.
And plenty of the Auld Reekie skaters today are also going to be representing Team Scotland.
So many great teams to cheer for. I'm the most psyched about Team Indigenous. I'm going to be cheering for them. It's amazing. So, back to the Derby.
Okay, we're off to a slow start. There's a big melee. There's a little bit of splitting apart happening.
A little bit of jammer on jammer action. We've seen some amazing blocking this game. Nice, like slow, controlled blocking. And that's Snowy out of the pack, but has not picked up lead jammer.
Yeah, that's probably a no pass, no point, no penalty. Oh, and she rolls around to the outside.
Beautiful hop, skip, and a jump.
Now Charlotte Patterson has picked up lead jammer status and sensibly calls it before any more points can be picked up.
So that's 5 points on the board for DRD, bringing them up to 26 to ARRG's 0.
Like I said, we're only about 5 minutes into the game. It's all to play for.
Definitely.
All right, we've got Maniha, number 9-5, lining up against number 6-2-6, Sasha de Bopisco, or Stitches. All right, both jammers, contending with the walls. It looks like we may have a power jam in favor of Auld Reekie.
Great, and that's Auld Reekie with lead jammer.
All right, Dublin blockers trying to make a bit of space between themselves and the Auld Reekie blockers. Give themselves a bit of freedom to block. Number 626 when she comes in.
Stitches doing a great job at pushing that wall.
A lot of tenacity from these Dublin blockers, not letting her get past.
And that's Maniha out of the box and out of the pack. Sneaking through with her helmet cover off. Now it's back on, but the jam is called.
All right, so Auld Reekie have put some points on the board. They've put 5 points on the board in this jam. All right, we've got Bloody Harry and Dinosaurus Rex lined up to jam. Dublin blockers taking the rear line. All right, and Dinosaurus Rex secures lead jammer status almost immediately.
Yeah, that was a great hop, skip, and a jump up the outside line, but Bloody Harry is close behind.
All right.
Wow, some great
Both
footwork by
jammers
the
are
Auld
in
jammer.
the pack. Dinosaurus Rex will have to think strategically now that Bloody Harry has matched her. Is she going to try to call it before Bloody gets a chance, or maybe try to score a few points for herself? All right, she's called it. Let's see how that has worked out.
So yep, Argus come out of it with 3 points difference, so 7 to 4 to DRD's 4. That was a mouthful.
All right, we've got number 800 Thea lined up against number 77 Charlotte Patterson. All right, yeah. Charlotte Patterson is given a little bit of difficulty by Brudolly Locock.
And it looks like Patterson is going to the penalty box, and we've got a power jam for DRD.
DRD trying to hold a goat to allow Thea to break that front pack. Thea's been recycled back, but she's racing through. She secures lead jammer status.
Thea does a great job of picking up her feet, getting through the pack. That we've been seeing a bit today.
All right, she's nearly got through on the inside, but got pushed over the inside line, had to recycle behind.
Reekie Blocker's doing a great job of holding her, but she gets through, and Reekie Jammer is not that far behind. Came out of the box, ready to go. Oh, right. A beautiful, beautiful apex jump, but
no points picked up.
A little bit too late. So that's 7 points to DRD and 0 points to Auld Reekie in that jam.
All right, we've got Emka wearing the star for Auld Reekie for the first time in this game. Lined up against number 9-5 Maniha for Dublin.
You're very good at noticing when jammers come up. And a little bit of jammer on jammer, but now they're spread out.
Yep, both jammers pushing so hard against these walls, these tripods. Really, the only way to get through a wall this strong is to trick them into going one way when you go the other.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing seeing the different blocker styles.
Oh, and
we had a very fluid wall there, which
all right,
unfortunately Maniha couldn't get past and is going to the penalty box. So it's a power jam for Auld Reekie.
Yeah, they need to get through. I believe, yeah, it's going to be a 2-minute jam.
Yep. So Auld Reekie has not picked up lead jammer. A great offense from Auld Reekie, and that's 5 points on the board for Auld Reekie.
All right, Manny is back on track, and thanks to some offense from her team, including Dirty Knees Louise, she has made her way through that pack. She's taken to the outside, but jumps back in so quickly, nobody has a chance to recycle her, putting 4 points on the board. Emka has initiated a star pass. That is now number 19, Miss Kodychek, wearing the jammer panty. Goes for an apex jump, doesn't quite make it. While Manny approaches the pack. With no lead jammer, each jammer and each team is under pressure to put as many points on the board as possible, remaining ahead of the other team. So that's 13 points put on the board for Dublin, 7 more for Auld Reekie. The score currently stands at 50 points to 19 points in favour of Dublin.
Yeah, that was an amazing jam to watch. For this one, we've got Snowy on the jammer line with, is it?
Number 626, that's Sasha de Bulpisco.
Yep.
Snowy taken to the inside, but comes back in fairly rapidly. Number 626 pushing against that Dublin wall. Trying to run some offense for her, but being interfered with by Pippa. Number 7 trying to run offense for 626. Whereas Rexy tries to run some offense for Snowy.
But we're seeing this amazing fluid Auld Reekie walls where they just like water getting around, the jammer getting around the offense.
Yeah, sealing up on those inside corners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing some amazing blocking this game. Whereas a much slower game at the front, DRD really locking it down, keeping it slow. But Sasha keeping fighting, drawing out the pack, And Snowy makes it through.
Yeah, she runs up that inside line. There have been a number of times today across all of the games where it's taken a minute or more for lead jammer status to be secured. That just shows how strong these teams are defensively. All right, it looks like a power jam for Dublin at the moment. We'll see how much Snowy can capitalize on this moment of freedom for her blockers to give her as much offense as possible.
And they've decided to call it, meaning they get a power start. And there'll be Bloody Harry on the jammer line to take the power start. And looks like they might try and go for a pivot line, maybe not.
All right, Auld Reekie lining up in the middle. It looks like Dublin have strategically perhaps split their wall. Try to create a channel for Bloody. Instead, there's some vicious rollbacks and vicious trackbacks by Auld Reekie. That was obscured from our view, but from the sounds of things, it looked pretty exciting. All right. Number 626 has secured lead jammer status.
And we have a jammer swap out in the box. So
yeah, it looks like Bloody Harry is going to have to serve a penalty, meaning that Auld Reekie have a bit of time to pick up some points. And she's through. Although 490, Malibu Stacey being a little bit tenacious, but not quite fast enough to slow down number 626.
great. She's picking them off like a pinball machine. We're seeing some great jamming from bangers in this jam. Right in. From Sasha.
Yeah, we've got Staba taking number 626 to the outside. Oh, but it looks like she does not draw a cut because it was happened right as they went out of play. Staba's now taken the star.
So we've got a star pass for Dublin. Coming up close.
All right, let's see. Yeah, 1 point on the board for Dublin.
But it looks like Stabber is going to the penalty box, so there will be a power start for Auld Reekie.
So with, I believe that's 18 points on the board for Auld Reekie.
That was a strong jam. They did brilliantly.
So they're really bridging that gap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dinosaurus Rex starts the power jam for Auld Reekie. Rudolph tracks her back the full 20 feet. And what's incredible at this level of gameplay is that you can see people causing real trouble for jammers in a one-on-one situation, then bringing them back to the pack.
Dublin doing a great job of dealing with that offense, and
yeah,
Stabber is back on the track.
They successfully killed that power jam, it looks like.
Yep. Stabber fighting her way through at the front of the pack.
All of
Two
these.
more to go past.
Staba secures lead jammer status. There's a lot of tenacious blocking going on there for number 1649, Temple of June for Auld Reekie, but Staba still got past her. Dinosaurus Rex recycled again.
Both jammers being recycled. Oh, one jammer
Staba
being
too.
recycled.
Rudolph Locock runs a bit of offense for Staba. Dinosaurus Rex has left the pack, is coming around, and Staba calls it.
Staba calls it.
So that looks like 4 points on the board for Dublin.
I love watching Stabber jam. Those big hits, you don't get them enough anymore. So next on the jammer line, we've got Thea for Dublin and number 77, Charlotte Patterson for Auld Reekie.
Auld Reekie starting with 3 blockers, Dublin with 4. Both jammers hemmed into the inside, Thea making a break for it.
Oh.
Charlotte Patterson comes around on the outside, but it looks like that was a cut.
It was beautiful though, that shirt whip.
It's unfortunate it didn't work out. Well, here comes Thea. She has lead jammer status.
Auld Reekie
She's going to hit that pack before her teammates come in to run her a bit of offense. Speed it up. Try to interfere with that Auld Reekie wall getting together. And she's through. Glancing off a hit from, I believe that's number 17. 1-1. All right, Thea hits that tripod. Maria von Slav trying to run a bit of offense for her, as well as maintaining prac distance.
Seeing some great defensive work from Auld Reekie. They've done a great job at standing up to Dublin's offense so far.
Yeah, there's some real harsh hits coming in at the moment.
And Thea calls it, freezing the Auld Reekie jammer in the penalty box. So Dublin gets a power start for this next jam. And they picked up 10 points in that last jam, bringing them up to 70. So it looks like Snowy is going to be our jammer for this power start for Dublin.
All right, Auld Reekie succeed in locking her down. Here comes Charlotte Patterson going for the apex jump, but knocked out by Pippa.
That was a big hit. But she's straight back up, going back at that wall.
Snowy now recycled back. Charlotte Patterson gets lead jammer status.
Snowy close on her tails.
All right, Charlotte Patterson hits the pack, opts not to call.
Yet. Again, you see these totally different blocking styles, very slow and steady from Dublin, and very fluid and like rotating from Auld Reekie. Both styles working really well.
All right, so it looks like we've got a power jam to Dublin. Snowy still contending with that Auld Reekie wall.
Dublin doing a good job of trying to separate out the Reekie blockers, but they have reformed in the front and slowed it right down. Dublin coming back for some more offense, though.
Snowy skips along that outside lines to stay in.
Very good at that.
And she's through.
For 5 points to Dublin. And Auld Reekie jammer Patterson is back on the track. Power jam is over.
And the jam comes to a natural end. That looks like 14 points on the board for 13 points on the board for Dublin. Scores.
The score. You want to say? 83 to Dublin and 39 to Auld Reekie. I was just going to say Dublin have had some good times with their power jams today. There's been a bit more penalties than we saw earlier in the games, which is normal after a long day. And we have Manny jamming for Dublin and Stitches jamming for Auld Reekie. Reekie doing a good job of recycling Manny whilst their jammer is out and has lead.
Yeah, Miss Kolicek taking her back the full 20 feet. Manny runs up along their outside.
Oh, a lovely apex jump by the pivot, trying to catch Manny, but doesn't quite make it. And Patterson calls it off with 5 points. Bringing Reekie's points up to 44.
All right, we've got Dinosaurus Rex for Auld Reekie and Bloody Harry jamming for Dublin. All right, Dinosaurus Rex takes a bit of acceleration. Unfortunately, that acceleration is worked against her by Dublin, taking her to the outside and recycling her back. Bloody Harry contending with 2.64 at the front line.
And Bloody Harry is out with lead jammer.
Auld Reekie running some offense for their jammer.
Dinosaurus Rex still stuck in the pack on the initial pass. $16.49 trying to offer some offense, catching Bloody. Very good offense to defense switch there.
Yeah, Bloody locked down by that tripod at the back as Dinosaurus Rex clears the pack. The jam is called. That's 5 points on the board for Dublin.
I love seeing how Auld Reekie start all spread out and then just come together beautifully. Normally if I start all spread out in a pack, then the jammer just runs through, but they're doing a great job. It's really
having
nice to
the
watch.
quick reaction times to get into the right formation.
They're a little bit faster than me. So now on the jammer line for Auld Reekie, we have number 17, Emka, and for DRD, number 88, Thea. Emka pushing up at the front, making some headway, but Thea pushing equally hard at the back, so pack is slow to move.
Both walls are coming in on top of each other, and Thea takes advantage to get lead jammer status. Emka running up that outside line, and she makes it through.
Both jammers are out. And some great offense, and Thea has called it. Before Auld Reekie manages to get any points.
Yeah, Theo using number 490, Malibu Stacy, as her battering ram to clear up that line on the inside.
It's not always pretty, but it works so good, the old battering ram. So Maniha back on the line for Dublin. We're seeing her jam a lot more today than we have done recently, which is great because she's a pleasure to watch. And for Auld Reekie, we have got Stitches.
626.
AKA Sasha.
All right. Chancleta trying to run some offense for Manny. Manny secures a lead jammer status as she goes into a power jam.
Yep, that is Stitches in the penalty box for a skating out of bounds penalty. Manny battling at the front, but they are holding her well, and she is passed.
Yeah, Rexy recycling an Auld Reekie blocker to create a goat and allow Manny to split that front pack a little bit easier.
We've seen quite a bit of goating today being used.
Oh.
And the old backwards through the pack trick for 5 points. And the Auld Reekie jammer is out and fast through that pack, but being caught at the front by two Dublin blockers. Oh, Chancleta doing a great job of pushing her out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like Manny was going to just run around that inside line on turn 2.
Yeah, but a beautiful spin move by Sasha, and she is through the pack.
That's the benefit of being a lead jammer. If things don't seem to be going your way, you can just call it off. Dublin ends that jam with 12 points. not allowing the Auld Reekie jammer to put any on the board.
So that's Dublin with 104, with Auld Reekie at 44.
So this half has gone by pretty quickly. It looks like we have less than a minute left in this period.
And for possibly the last jam of this half, we've got Snowy going up against Danny. Some great offense by number 19 of Auld Reekie.
Yeah, trying to prevent blockers from reforming the wall, and she succeeded as her jammer, Danny, has gotten out and secured lead jammer status. Number 1-1 Crazy Legs takes Dashing Trudy Snow all the way from the outside line to the in. Voldemort trying to clear a lane for her jammer, and she succeeds. Snowy takes the inside line.
Danny calls it before Dublin can pick up any points, but herself picking up a currently unknown number of points.
All right, everybody.
It's 2.
It's now halftime, and just to let you all know, we are going to be running our raffle.
We're calling the raffle.
All right, I just want to give a shout out to all of our viewers online. Thanks for tuning in. We're down to the last half hour of this amazing day of roller derby. Really ambitious event run by Dublin Roller Derby. Today we've got some international teams, and tomorrow we're going to have national level teams, Argentina, Scotland and Ireland playing against each other.
It's going to be amazing. Come back if you've not already planned to. You should come back tomorrow.
All right, we're getting ready to start this next period. Number 626, Sasha, skating against number 83, Snowy. It's brilliant to see the audience we have here today.
Oh, it's lovely seeing the stand so full. A really nice audience. So starting off the second half with Dublin on 104 points and ARG on 46. I've definitely seen gaps like that close before in points, so this next half, wow!
Snowy leaps through to seize lead jammer status. Sasha de Volpisco running not too far behind her.
And Snowy calls off the jam, taking 3 points. Auld Reekie not picking up any points on this jam.
All right, we've got number 77, Charlotte Patterson, skating against number 95, Maniha.
Looks like we might have a pivot line start for this jam, giving the jammers a bit of a run-up.
All right, instead of running up, the jammers have tried to accompany one another to the back of the respective walls. Manny runs up the outside, but has to contend with number 7. That's Jess Little. Gets past her, gets through. Charlotte Patterson, again, in a mirror to what Manny had to do, had to contend with Brudal, but just jumped around her.
Manny calls off the jam, having picked up 1 point. Good defensive work there by Auld Reekie, because Manny really had half a track there, and Auld Reekie held it together, so she only managed to get 1 point with the jammer hot on her tails before she called it. And for this next jam, we've got Bloody Harry on the jammer line against
Danny.
Against Danny.
Number 15 from Auld Reekie. All right, Bloody sweeps side surfs around that outside past Crazy Legs, number 11.
Very nice side surfing. And Danny at the front of the pack. And Danny going to the penalty box. So we have a power jam for Dublin. And a micro pack for Auld Reekie. Holding it together well, but then Bloody gets around down the outside for 5 points.
All right, Auld Reekie down to just 2 blockers on track. But at this level of gameplay, 2 blockers can be extremely effective. Bloody gets past.
She is very good at that side surfing.
That's bangers And I believe Miss Kotichek skating by themselves for Auld Reekie. They've been rejoined by a third blocker.
Oh, Reekie now know Bloody's tricks of trying to get around on the outside super fast, so they knocked her out there, but now she is through for another 5 points. Oh, Reekie's other blockers joining them, and there has been a star pass and a great
We've got an apex jump by Bloody Harry, number 2-3. There has been a star pass for Auld Reekie. That is number 3-9, Bangers, puts on the jammer panty.
That was great seeing Bloody trying to get her hips past those blockers to pick up those points, and it worked. I don't know how many points she got.
It's 19 points
but
total
19
anyway.
Points total. Well, yeah, that was a big jam for Dublin.
All right, we've got Thea lined up against Emka.
And another pivot line start.
Dublin starting on 3 blockers. All right, we've gotten a bit of an official timeout. And I might take this moment to give a bit of a shout out for our officiating crew. Give them a cheer. Go officials.
We can't do it without them. Let's have a cheer for the officials. I'm cheering. I love them.
All right, well, head ref for today, this game is Shref. And head NSO is Princess Beach. I want to thank all of the officials for traveling. Those who've come from near and from far.
It's so nice having so many people come visit us in Dublin. I also want to shout out, just in case she's listening, to Cleverly, who is our longtime beloved announcer who we miss and love. And yeah, hi if you're listening.
Yeah, we ain't got a patch on Cleverly. Cleverly routinely does triple headers, including announcing games solo. She is incredible. All right, so we're still in this official timeout.
But it's also been really fun having visiting announcers. We have Bob today, who came along with 2x4.
Yeah, I had to admit I was a little bit starstruck to be standing alongside Bob, but he's a lovely guy. Big thank you to Bob for helping us out today and announcing this amazing day of roller derby. And we're back in and ready to go for this next jam.
And we have Thea on the jammer line for Dublin against Auld Reekie's.
I believe it's Emka, but we're a little bit obscured.
I think it's Emka.
She's hiding in there behind Thea.
Behind her visor. And that's Emka for Auld Reekie out with lead jammer. And a star pass, successful star pass for Dublin.
Yeah, Chancletta putting on the panty.
Oh.
And the jam is called.
With lots of sighs from the audience for
That
that being called, because that looked very exciting. But it was a smart move. If you're feeling unsteady and there's a jammer right behind you, might be worth calling it off.
Yep, that's a 0-0 jam.
And we have Snowy on the jammer line.
Against 626, Sasha de Bulfisco.
a.k.a. Stitches.
That number 3-9 rolled right back on Snowy, caused her a bit of trouble. Snowy got past her and through the pack. Auld Reekie running some offense for Sasha.
An amazing fast-moving pack there.
Every time that Auld Reekie offense cleared a Dublin blocker, another one was there in front, ready to take on Sasha.
Yeah.
The Auld Reekie tripod at the back there has locked Snowy down.
I love seeing that recycling feet offense that we've seen done really well today, where people go back to recycle a jammer and do some great offense on the way back.
Both jammers are getting recycled back.
And Sasha does a quick around the outside. And Snowy calls it off with with, we're not sure how many points, but
That looks like 3 points for
3
Dublin.
points. Ah, there they are. And Auld Reekie didn't manage to get any points on that jam.
So the score currently stands at 131 points to Dublin, 46 to Auld Reekie.
And on the jammer line for this jam, we have Charlotte Patterson for Auld Reekie and Maniha for Dublin.
And the jammers take off. Manny going hips first towards that Auld Reekie wall, drawing them to the outside line, while Charlotte Patterson pushes on that locked down Dublin wall.
Very slow wall in the back with more of a fast wall moving around, but still doing a great job of holding Maniha back up front. Argy Bargy trying to give some offense. Maniha recycle right to the back, having a little race with Pivot Little.
Okay, let's see what's happening. All right, Manny has picked up a lead jammer status. Charlotte Patterson still pushing against that Dublin 2 wall. Brew and Argy. Yeah. They take her to the outside and escort her back while Manny picks up a grand slam.
Yeah, she did a great jump through 2 blockers in the front there. She saw a gap in the middle. She went for it.
All right, looked like Charlotte Patterson engaged in a little bit of 5th blocker there to give herself a bit of space.
Lots of recycling. And Manny is through by a hair.
Oh,
beautiful.
That was a good effort by the Auld Reekie blocker to take her to the outside, but Manny just stayed in, spinning around in her toe stops.
That was amazing. Manny is actually giving figure skating lessons. If anyone would love to learn to skate like that, I know I would.
All right, Charlotte Patterson still fighting through that Dublin wall.
And there has been a star pass for Auld Reekie,
yeah.
and
I
the
believe
pivot is out. It's
Jess Little has
Jess
taken
Little.
the star.
But the jam is called off as she approaches the pack. So that jam was DRD with 13 points to Auld Reekie's 0. And DRD is now at 144 to Auld Reekie's 46 with 21 minutes left on the jam clock. So I really hope that there's some people here to cheer Auld Reekie because I really love their cheer. I'm not going to do it over the microphone. If you've not heard it, it's really good.
Yeah, let's get some competitive chanting going. Who is here to support Auld Reekie? They've come over from Edinburgh. And you'll see many of these skaters again tomorrow as they play for Scotland against Ireland and Argentina in preparation for the Roller Derby World Cup in Manchester next week. I am so excited.
And Bloody Harry on the jammer line up against Danny for Auld Reekie.
Yeah, some vicious rollback there from Valdemort. But Charlotte or Danny goes up the inside. Some really tenacious blocking there from Maria von Slapp as Nollabruz tracks Danny back. The Auld Reekie blockers causing a trouble for Bloody Harry.
Some great 2-person blocking at the back for Dublin, but wasn't quite enough. And Danny gets through, but Bloody Harry beat her to it and has lead jammer.
All right, Bloody hits the wall.
Bloody Harry manages to pick up 1 point, doing the old backwards move. I really like it. I'm Auld Reekie with no points for that jam.
All right, the blockers lined up for Auld Reekie are Collie, Pope John Brawl, Beastie, and I believe that's number 85, Skinner Alive. All right, here come the jammers. Pippa takes number 626 to the inside, but she recovers really quickly.
Great reforming at the front by Dublin. And a very constricted pack, now getting stretched out as they manage to recycle Sasha. But Thea has got lead jammer at the front.
Yeah, she took advantage of the melee that was going on up front and just accelerated out of turn 2. However, number 626 is also out of the pack, ready to put some pressure on. Oh, she takes an apex jump, but it's a second or so too late. Still always nice to see a well-executed apex jump. All right, so we have number 7-7, Charlotte Patterson, lined up against number 8-3, dashing Trudy Snow. These blockers are right up on top of one another on the jam line. 2 full packs.
Brilliant strong hit by number 77, Jammer Patterson for Auld Reekie, getting some great offense from her teammate.
Yeah, we frequently see a little running offense for Patterson.
Yeah.
It's a power pair. And
Little
Patterson picks up lead jammer status. She's running around to the pack, which is still on the straightaway before turn 1. Dirty takes Charlotte Patterson to the ground.
Seeing some great blocking by Little today. Also some great pivoting earlier in the game.
It looks like there has been a star pass for Dublin. Staba is now wearing the star. Voldemort pops in to give runner a bit of O. It's often difficult to make that decision. Do I go for O or will I break the pack? Do I need to wait? All right, Staba doing a bit of 5th blocker there.
Very smart move when you have a couple of blockers in the box to block when you can as a jammer. Staba now being recycled whilst Patterson gets through
another
with 5 points.
Grand slam for Patterson.
This is a great jam for Patterson.
Yeah, the Auld Reekie blockers going a one-on-one against the decimated Dublin pack.
Bruce does a good job of holding Patterson, but one blocker on one jammer is always going to be hard. And Patterson gets another 5 points.
All right, Dublin's blocker group has been restored, and now they've really locked Patterson down.
Slowed it right down.
That was one tough jam. Patterson picks up 19 points.
That was one of Auld Reekie's biggest jams of this half. Doing a really good job of some great one-on-one blocking. Jess Little really standing out there, and some great jamming by Patterson.
All right, we've got number 17, Emka, lined up for Auld Reekie against number 95, Maniha for Dublin. 2 3 walls ready to lock down on these jammers, escorting them to the lines to try to take them out. You can see these jammers trying to take that new middle. All right. And Manny takes lead jammer status. All right.
So Auld Reekie's jammer still on the initial pass. Manny fighting at the front of the pack.
Manny again going through hips first, getting them hooked around the other blockers and clearing them with ease. Emka racing that pack up to the front, and she's through. All right, the jam is called. I believe that's an additional 2 points for Dublin, bringing them up to 7 in that jam. Score currently stands at 159 to 65.
And we've got 15 minutes left in this half, and then it's the end of the day. There's been so much great roller derby. I'm going to miss it. But then tomorrow we get more great roller derby.
Yeah, I've not quite had my fill. I'm ready. I'm ready for tomorrow. All right, we're going for another official timeout. I think there's a little bit of track repair to be done.
So tomorrow, obviously, we've got Ireland versus Scotland, Ireland versus Argentina, and Argentina versus Scotland, which I'm super psyched about. I got to see Ireland versus Scotland before, which was a really fun game, and I'm psyched to see them go back against each other and see how they progress. They're both very good. Although, personally, a tiny bit prefer Scotland's logo because there's a unicorn on it, and my name's Uniscorn, so I'm biased. But Ireland's also got some really great merch. I don't know if they still got that potato sticker. They don't have the potato sticker, and I'm getting told not to talk about it. Stopped. Okay, but we probably have the Crack is Here stickers, which are also great.
Yeah, I'm ready to wear my Crack is Here t-shirt all week in Manchester till it stinks and falls apart. But hey, it's the least I can do for my country.
Get out all your old green clothes.
So yeah, I believe Ireland and Scotland met at Euroclash last year.
Yep.
At the end of that series of games, there was two national teams then. Ireland and Scotland played against each other, and I believe it went in Scotland's favour.
Scotland won that one, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see
it's a long time ago. They've been training. Both teams have been training a lot since then, so that'll be exciting. And I bet there's kind of few people here that have seen Team Argentina play, so it'll be fun to see how that all pans out. But based on 2x4 today, I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch.
All right, guys, just to update you on what happened there, Green 7 is being asked to leave the game for that back block on Chancletta. All right,
so Sasha has picked up lead jammer, and Bloody Harry for Dublin has picked up a cut track penalty and is sitting, I think, for 2 penalties there. So it looks like they'll have a 1-minute power jam.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, if she picked up 2 in a row or if there was an insubordination in there.
So Stitches with the power jam for Auld Reekie. Strong into the pack.
Oh, and she spins around that turn. Oh, no, it looks like there's going to be, I believe, as Bob called it, a jammer, a do-si-do, as Sasha sits. She's actually released because Bloody is serving a second penalty. So instead, the 30 seconds that Sasha should have served is going to be removed from Bloody's penalty.
I was wondering what was going to happen there. That's interesting. I just learnt a new thing.
Yeah, that's what's brilliant about these experienced NSOs, able to run things so smoothly and anticipate what's going to happen. All right.
Auld Reekie gave some amazing offense there, clearing the inside line for Sasha.
Yeah, another grand slam for Sasha. That's 10 points she's put on the board for Auld Reekie.
Tried to make the outside line, but got pushed out by Dublin's blockers. Bloody Harry is back on the track. And, wow, spinning and fighting and pushing and doing some amazing jamming there by Bloody Harry.
Yeah, some real tenacious jamming there from Bloody Harry. Not letting anyone.
The last blocker and runs for it.
Yeah, not letting anyone take her to the in or the out.
Yep.
Oh, Bloody just gets 1 foot over the line, so she is recycled. Sasha clears the pack again. That's 15 points on the board for Auld Reekie.
Huge jam for Auld Reekie, this one. Sasha doing amazing work with great offense as well. And that's another couple of points. And that's a total of 18 points to Auld Reekie and 1 point to Dublin. We've seen a couple of 18-point jams for Auld Reekie in this half.
Yeah, they've really been able to capitalize on power jams and jams where things maybe aren't going the way for Dublin. So Auld Reekie have been able to really rack up the points, taking advantage.
Yeah, we've seen some great offense. And now we have Thea on the jammer line against Danny.
Right. Danny getting some offense from her teammate, number 1-2 Beastie. With Dublin able to glance off that offense as Thea pushes through that Auld Reekie wall.
And Thea makes
runs
a run
around the outside. Will she make it? Yep. She just jukes past that Auld Reekie blocker to pick up a lead jammer status.
But Danny is also out of the pack. Gonna give her a run for her money.
All right, Thea's ready to hit this relatively fast-moving pack.
Great use of speed there by Auld Reekie to keep their points. And it's true, Dublin managed to get 1 point on that jam, and we've got a team timeout.
Yeah, team timeout for Auld Reekie.
Being signaled by a pretty stylish NSO. NSOs don't like wear hats that often, and it's really working. Oh, and now the NSO swapped. Someone also stylish is now signaling it.
So give us a cheer if you have really enjoyed today's triple header. And give a massive cheer for both of our teams playing today. Or a small cheer. And of course, give a big cheer for 2x4, who are now taking a well-deserved rest after their 2 really, really ferocious games.
Yeah, they were beautiful to watch.
So they've now played 3 of their 6 European games that they're playing between last week and after the World Cup. In addition to playing a bunch of games at the World Cup as national players, many of them will be.
They're having an awesome tour because they're team awesome. So now we have Snowy on the jammer line against mystery jammer who we can't see, and it's...
I believe that's Charlotte Patterson.
Charlotte Patterson. We've got a full complement of blockers, so 4 for each team all out. The box is empty.
All right, we've got Snowy running up the inside as she went to jump past an Auld Reekie jammer, but hit the floor. Tracked back by Crazy Legs.
She even makes falling over look good, though. When I fall over, I like sprawl, but she looks super swish. So Patterson pushing at the front against a solid 4 wall of Dublin. Whilst at the back, Snowy is contending with 2 Auld Reekie blockers that are doing an amazing job with just the 2 of them holding Snowy back, but Snowy gets through.
All right, yeah, it goes to show even if you're 2 blockers down, you can still make an impact on the game. Yep. Charlotte Patterson is out of the pack.
Oh, and with a great juke, which is very Snowy style, she gets through and calls off the jam with 4 points.
All right.
So that's 4 points for Dublin, bringing them up to 165 to Auld Reekie's 83 with 10 minutes left on the clock.
We've got Emka, number 17, jamming for Auld Reekie. Maniha, number 95, jamming for Dublin.
Look at Auld Reekie, they're all spread out. They're going to come together perfectly. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maniha fighting Auld Reekie at the back. And Emka at the front, getting through for lead jammer.
Yeah, when Auld Reekie managed to get lead jammer status, they tend to be able to really capitalize on it.
Oh, great jammer recycling by Auld Reekie. But Maniha just manages to stay in bounds and is out of her initial pass.
Oh, Emka nearly got around Pippa there, but one toe stop went outside the line.
Emka calls off the jam, picking up 3 points. Did she do it before Manny managed to pick up points?
When the game is finished and the skaters are kind of done high fives and stuff, still quite surprised that they
Yeah.
I think their skater ones prizes. So we can just say there's still 7 prizes left to be claimed from the raffle for today. Just double check your tickets.
Oh, yeah. We're also going to call more out as well.
Oh no, there's another raffle tomorrow.
But no, because that's a Team Ireland raffle.
All right, jam has started. We've got Bloody Harry jamming against number 15. That's Danny. Bloody gets lead jammer status, but Danny manages to juke past those Dublin blockers on turn 1. All right, the jam is called. Dublin have put 4 points on the board.
Okay, no, because we said that we'd do that instead of having that.
All right, we've got number 800 Thea jamming against number 77 Charlotte Patterson. Each team has a full complement of blockers on the track.
I love seeing the get low competitions people have before the jam starts. When they're on top of each other trying to get as low as possible. And Thea gets super low around the outside, picking up lead jammer.
All right, looked like Dublin were going to track that Reekie jammer back, but she managed to get around them. Didn't have to be tracked back, so she's skating right up behind this fast pack. Jam is called.
Thea picking up 2 points there, bringing Dublin's score up to 174, and Reekie's at 86. Reekie keep doing a really good job of, when their jammer is close behind the other jammer and doesn't have lead, of speeding up the pack. Okay. So it looks like it's a power jam for Dublin. Snowy on the jammer line. Dublin doing a little bit of passive offense and now very active offense, picking apart that Reekie wall, but we've got a very strong 2 wall at the front. Working incredibly with the speed. Still holding on to the jammer, but now Snowy is out. With lead jammer for Dublin.
All right, both packs waiting in anticipation. Staba speeds up that Reekie pack. Remaining as a bridge. Snowy gets through. Charlotte Patterson runs around that turn, getting past that Dublin pack.
With a great dodge there around the inside.
All right, Dublin speeding up that Reekie pack to get points for Snowy. That was incredible.
That's how far you can slide when you get hit when you're going that fast. That was great. And that's why we don't let children sit very close to the track, because skaters can really go pretty far when they're hit hard in these games.
We've seen a couple of refs get knocked over today from flying errant skaters. All right, we've got Manny versus Sasha de Pobisco. All right. Manny runs up the in as Brew Doll takes Sasha on her chest, passes her off to Chancletta.
Great offense by Auld Reekie, but Dublin manages to reform in front. And
Manny tries to spin around those blockers on 1 foot.
Great blocking by 1649 there, getting Manny out, but she is so fast. She comes straight back in and calls the jam, picking up 3 points for Dublin. Leaving Auld Reekie scoreless in that jam. And we've got Bloody Harry on the jammer line against Emka.
Bit of accidental contact before the jam start there. So a blocker for Dublin has gone to the box for that. It happens. So who have we got? We've got Auld Reekie, his jammer, has taken lead. That's number 17 Emka.
Oh.
Number 23 Bloody is out of the pack. Emka has picked up her points. That is 4 points on the board for Emka.
And Auld Reekie really showing their strength at speed in this game.
Yeah, it looks like Auld Reekie's aim here is to pick up as many points as possible, try to bridge that gap.
And Emka really closes that gap there, getting through the pack fast.
All right, she's running this jam. 8 points for Emka on the board now. She has to trust her blockers to keep Bloody behind. Some
very slow, stable blocking from both teams there, really slowing the game down. making the jammers really push.
All right, looks like there was an illegal or an incomplete star pass for Auld Reekie, so their jammer is blocking.
So we have a power jam for Dublin. Bloody Harry's going to see how many
Well,
points
no, we
she can
don't
pick
have
up.
a power jam for Dublin. The jammer is still out there. She just doesn't have her panty on her head, and she's blocking at the
You're
moment.
right.
But
you
her
know, because there's no one in a jammer seat in the box.
Yeah, Emka was still the jammer in that situation. The star pass had not been executed properly.
I find star passes really confusing at times. The rules around them are intricate, but yeah, it looks like she dropped the panty but was still the jammer.
I believe it was an incorrect pass, so the pivot dropped it because it would not have been legal. Pivot then went to the box for something else, and the jammer did not pick it up. Oh, we've got an official timeout. We've got Danny jamming for Auld Reekie. Number 800, Thea jamming for Dublin. Oh, it's actually a team timeout, not an official timeout. Team timeout for Auld Reekie.
And we have 2 blockers in the box for Auld Reekie, 1 blocker in the box for Dublin. So we're going to be starting off with smaller packs on this jam, but we've seen some amazing smaller pack blocking already in this game. So we have 2 minutes, 46 seconds left on the period clock with DRD with 192 points to Auld Reekie with 96 points. I find it hard to say ARG, so I just like saying Auld Reekie.
All right, the timeout is over. Probably just a couple of jams left in this game. We've got Danny versus Thea.
It's amazing. Both these teams have played 2 games already today, but they are looking strong, energetic. I would be on the floor. They're doing a great job.
I currently feel like I'm on the floor. All right, the whistle has gone. Thea is barging or trying to barge through those blockers, and she's done it. All right, number 15, Danny pushing against Chancletta, getting a little bit of offense from her teammates.
Yeah.
But the speed of those Dublin blockers in reforming is too much. Thea picks up 5 points, a grand slam, as Danny is recycled back. But she's got another blocker rejoining her on track to give her a bit of assistance. All right,
Big hit by Thea at the front, pushing to get through those Auld Reekie blockers. And
all right, there has been a star pass for Auld Reekie.
a very
Thea
good
picks up-
juke by Thea. You got to really sell it, and she sold it. She made him think she was going one way, she went the other, but we have pivot turn jammer bangers on her tail, so she calls off the jam after picking up 15 points for Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin has now breached that 200-point mark. They're on 207 points. Auld Reekie on 96.
And on the jammer line for this jam, we have Snowy versus
And Charlotte Patterson.
Charlotte Patterson.
All right. Charlotte Patterson running up that outside, but it's escorted out by Malibu Stacey. Snowy is tracked back by the Auld Reekie blockers. I believe that's Crazy Legs.
Yeah, great recycling there by Auld Reekie.
Yep. Oh, and she...
Huge juke by Snowy. 1 foot skating around the outside. Beautifully done. And she picks up lead jammer. Well deserved.
Charlotte Patterson is out of the pack as well. Snowy calls it.
That's it. I feel like Dublin are getting a lot more lead jammers in this half, but Auld Reekie are doing a great job of getting their jammers out soon afterwards, not letting them lap them at all, just the once. So we're seeing a lot of like 3-point, 4-point jams for Dublin.
Even 1 point, 0 point
yeah,
jams.
exactly. And then the odd huge jam.
All
So,
right. So this
by
looks
both
like
teams.
the last jam of the day.
And we
Let's
have
start cheering for this last jam of the day. Manny jamming against number 626, Sasha
And-
Dobisco.
Reekie has lead jammer. Sasha's picked it up. Manny is still in the pack, and there has been a star pass by Dublin.
Manny is through, but Sasha is fighting. Will Auld Reekie breach the 200 points? 100 points. Sasha has lead.
An amazing
Here we go.
jam.
Auld Reekie have hit the century. They have 100 points.
Wow, what a great duck by
Chancletta
Chancletta.
jamming for Dublin.
And Sasha has picked up a cut track penalty, so now it is a power jam for Dublin, and we're going to have a 2-minute jam, which is the funnest way of having a last jam of the game. Chancletta showing off some amazing footwork, and Reekie knocks her out.
Dublin coordinates a sweep, but one of the Scottish or Auld Reekie blockers wanted just to jump out.
Reekie are doing a good job of killing this power jam, holding it together.
All right. Chancletta hits the Auld Reekie wall, gets knocked to the outside. Dublin trying to keep that Auld Reekie blocker back to allow Chancletta to break pack and break through. Both jammers now in the engagement zone.
Incredible footwork by blockers and by Auld Reekie blockers and Chancletta jamming. Sasha back in the game, fighting against the Dublin wall at the front. And Chancletta clears the pack for another 5 points.
4 points, I believe. Oh no, maybe it is.
And that's it, that's 2 minutes.
All right.
Reekie hits 100. 104 against Dublin's 226. A huge jam for both teams there. Some beautiful jamming, beautiful blocking. It's been a great game.
All right, so the unofficial score at the moment stands at 226 points to Dublin, 104 points to Auld Reekie. And this draws to a close an amazing day of roller derby here in Greystones.
This is my favorite derby chant. And that's the final score. Dublin with 226 points. Auld Reekie with 100 points. An amazing game. So we'd like to invite you down to the track to give these amazing teams some well-deserved high five.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. We'll just wait. Oh.
Yeah, that's what they said.